Just a disclaimer, I recommend watching the Rumble version of this video because YouTube doesn't allow me to say nigga without any consequences. So you're gonna be hearing a lot of bleeping in the shitty YouTube version that I had to censor. There are not many words quite like the N-word. How many words do you know that can only be referred by a single letter? The F-word? When people refer to the F-word, you're thinking, do you mean the word faggot or do you mean the word fuck? You gotta be specific with that one. And anyone who refers to the R-word as the R-word is a fucking retard, so we don't even talk about those people. But the N-word is one of a kind. And one thing I've been unexpectedly called out on in my comment section is my use of the N-word, or the term nigga. Cereal, you know you can't say that word, right? Like, aren't you white? And not even a suburban white, like a trailer park Confederate white. Like, why are you using the N-word? That's not helping your already terrible image. That's a fair point. So what's the real reason I use the N-word? Well, it's because I'm transracial, or as the great Ibs once said, I'm trans nigga. I may be white on the outside, but on the inside, I'm as black as a nigga can be. You feel me, nigga? Anyone who watches my videos knows that I'm an avid supporter of trans rights and all that gay shit. And we understand that gender is fluid. If you're a man and you think you're a woman, that's completely normal and not fucking retarded in the slightest. Our genetic makeup doesn't determine gender, so why would it determine race? Race is fluid. I see niggas identify as Korean, so what's wrong with wanting to be black? All these white people, all these crackers hating themselves for history they didn't even contribute to. Like, what are you doing for the black struggle? You're getting vasectomies to prevent white privilege? Well, that's fucking stupid. I'm just switching teams, bro. I'm gonna turn that 1350 ratio into a 1351 ratio. Y'all niggas should be praising me for my bravery, but nah, we don't live in a perfect society. I try to be more black. I paint my skin black to be more comfortable, but niggas are like, that's blackface, that's racist, you can't do that. Like, why is the tranny dressed in drag not considered sexist? This is a mockery of female beauty. This is some discrimination against us trans niggas, bro. Like, what the fuck? But on a real note, what is with the term nigga? Before items became a cuck and a pussy.
I just want to ask him if you've always been shitting your pants.
He had a decent point on how it's either all okay or none of it's okay, and that's a good philosophy to follow. No word should ever be considered forbidden or illegal to say. May God bless the First Amendment, because despite what retards want to believe, the use of the word alone doesn't make someone automatically a racist or a bigot. It's to the point where you can't even say the fucking word. And right now I want to talk about the N-word in a completely serious and non-joking manner. We have to refer to it as the N-word. You're not supposed to say nigger. You're supposed to refer to it as the N-word. And that's always something that's kind of bothered me. Even in a professional setting, in a completely non-racist, non-joking manner, you're not supposed to say nigger. Let me ask you this, are your English teachers racist for saying the word nigger while reading To Kill a Mockingbird or Huckleberry Finn during 10th grade English? No, because they're simply using the word to explain American history. As a matter of fact, English teachers are some of the most liberal women I've ever met, so I doubt they did it because they enjoyed it. And I guarantee they disapprove of my use of the word nigger. Simply stating a fact that the term nigger was used to refer to African Americans during slavery time doesn't make someone a fucking villain. And I think most sensible people can agree with that. But that's not the topic of today's video. I want to look at the word nigger and the hypocrisy when it comes to the use of it. Because who is allowed to say it? They say no one should say it except for black people because it's a reclamation of the word from the white man. It's meant to be empowering because they're taking the word back and changing its meaning. Which is why when you hear the term nigger, it's nigga this, nigga that, nigga please, nigga you bullshitting, nigga have you lost your mind, nigga check that hoe. Can a nigga borrow a french fry?
How is a nigga gonna borrow a fry?
Nigga, is you gonna give it back? These niggas fucking tripping, nigga. What you say, nigga? Keep talking mad, nigga, you gotta get fucking popped, son. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so black people are reclaiming the word from the white man. That's cool. That's coolio, dog. But I think if you're gonna use the word as frequently as you do, then I don't think you should have a right to criticize others for doing the same. Allow me to explain. If you just want to ban all slurs and you also don't use them, then sure, I think that's a fair stance because it's consistent with your beliefs. I don't agree with it, but at least you're sticking to your morals. However, if you frequently use the word nigga, you don't have a right to critique someone else's use of the word nigga. It's about the history, Serial. You can't say that word because you have to respect the history of the slaves. We're using the term as a form of endearment. Don't give me that fucking bullshit because you're not respecting the slaves or the history either. Is calling someone a bitch-ass nigga a respectful use of the term nigga? Is that honoring the legacy of the slaves? Are they looking at you in the afterlife like, yes, I'm glad they dwindled their suffering down by making our word of pain mean fucking nothing? I never understood why the word had to be reclaimed in the first place. You don't see this problem with Chinese people and the word chick, or Mexicans and the word stick. Like, how many times do you hear the terms chink or stick in a rap song, or any fucking song for that matter? You don't, and that's because they know it's a fucking slur, and they just keep it that way. They're not trying to change the meaning of the word. It's meant to be degrading and to represent that part of history. The reason why nigga is even a comical word in meme culture is because of this definition change. This stupid reclamation to make it mean homie or buddy. Trying to change its definition in turn makes people think it's okay to say because it removes the historical aspect of the word. And this weird stigma makes people think it's a fun word to use. It's such a stupid problem that it shouldn't even exist. If you wanted the term nigga to stay as a slur, you should have fucking treated it like one. Tangent over, back on topic now. I remember this incident a couple years back with Kendrick Lamar where he got mad at this white girl for saying the word nigga at a concert, and it's like, you wrote the fucking song. You knew the lyrics, why'd you pick the white chick to fucking sing that line, you fucking dumbass nigga? You can't get mad at her for saying lyrics you wrote. She's just regurgitating your words. On top of that, what did you expect her to say? Nibba? You want her to say nibba? Who the fuck uses nibba? Only homosexuals and transvestites use nibba. My point being, it's such a weird word. It has so much power, yet it means fucking nothing. It's a word so evil it ends sponsorships and careers, but only if you're not the right skin color. Everyone's fucking said it, yet no one's supposed to. It's just so fucking stupid. In conclusion, use some common sense. It's the same message as my retard video. Just use some common sense. Would you go to the Special Olympics and call someone a retard? Probably not. Would you go to a BLM rally and yell "nick" at the top of your lungs? Probably not a good idea. Expect to be riddled with bullets and have your shoes and wallets stolen. But no, I don't think there should be such a hypocritical one-sided rule on the N-word. Either leave it as a historical slur or let everyone say it. Because you can't just say it's a hurtful, painful word that you feel from your ancestors, and then use it over a dozen times within the next 2 minutes like it means fucking nothing. You can't have it both ways. And if that's the way you think, then you're a fucking retard. Like, if we're just gatekeeping words, then it's technically our word and you guys are the ones colonizing it. If we're using the ancestor rule, then my ancestors probably created the N-word. So, now that I'm the rightful owner of the N-word, I grant everyone the N-word pass. Everyone is allowed to say nigga. And if anyone thinks I'm being racist, I'll just call them a transphobe, cause I'm a motherfucking trans nigga. Anyways, if you enjoyed, you'd better fucking subscribe or I'm gonna call you a mean name on Twitter. I also have a Discord server, so go fucking join that shit. I think the N-word is the most used word on there, so that's pretty funny.